What that means is even though there's only 12 precincts left, there's still several 100,000 votes left. And we know those absentee ballots are going to skew heavily Democratic. So I know it seems counterintuitive that it's almost done counting. And while it's true they're almost done counting Election Day precinct votes, they still haven't counted very many, if almost all, of the absentee votes. That's why it still looks strong for Murphy.
Okay, so let's just sort of play this out, and now we're in the what if game, but it's midnight on election night and neither of the two big races have been called, so that's what we do. Biden won New Jersey by, say, plus 15, 16, 17. He won Virginia by plus 10. Right now you've got Youngkin up 3. You've got Cattarelli and Murphy tied. Let's say Murphy pulls it out by a point or two. You now all of a sudden have a 13, 14-point swing from 2020 to 2021, blue to red. What does that tell us moving forward?
Well, and let's combine that with, it looks like the House of Delegates in Virginia is going to have a sharp rightward shift, if not a total takeover. It looks like some of the down ballot races in Minneapolis and Buffalo, some of the progressive stuff has fallen. It looks like we're seeing the voters moderate coming out of a Biden win. That's what this looks like. And we'll still see some of the races. We're positive that Youngkin is going to win governor of Virginia. That's why we called it a few hours ago. I think we haven't called New Jersey yet, but we think Phil Murphy's still in the driver's seat there. But when you look at the down ballot stuff and some of the stuff going on in Minneapolis and upstate New York, it looks like voters are moderating from their 2020 vote for Biden.
You say moderating from their votes. Does that mean, and can we infer it's a referendum that they're just not happy with Biden, or is there some external factors that they've changed on policy?
No, I think Biden is certainly a part of it. We look at his, we look at his approval rating, but also let's look at the Minneapolis ballot initiative to basically abolish the police department and replace it with a peace department. That was a big progressive idea, and that failed on the ballot initiative earlier. We look at some of these down ballot races where you had these very progressive candidates run. They're not having as good a night as they thought. So that's what I mean by moderating. The voters are saying, look, we whether it's Biden, whether it's local issues about schools, whether it's local issues about policing, they're not ready to lurch that far leftward.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Buffalo mayor's race, for example, where there's a write-in candidate right now who's ahead. The write-ins are winning by 18 points over the Democratic nominee for mayor. So there's something happening out here. The other sthat of this, this is Buffalo mayor. Looks like it's been, I don't know how we have a check mark called on that, but that was the Democratic primary we have called, but not yet the mayoral race itself. How then do we look forward? How are you going to start polling things differently based on what we see out of Virginia and based out of what we see in New Jersey?
Well, let's take Virginia, for instance. It looks like we're going to have about 3.1 million turnout in Virginia. In 2017, it was 2.5. I believe the governor's race before that, it was around 2. I mean, that's a 25% change in the electorate just in one 4-year term. We're coming off record turnout in 2018, and then even more record turnout in 2020, and we're looking at record turnout in 2021. So when we have record turnout, that's what we pollsters like to say. It's changing the composition of who's choosing their elected officials, and so that means polling has to change. We have to talk to different people. We have to talk to them in different methods. This isn't just calling up on their telephone at 7 o'clock at night and assuming they're picking up. The electorate's changing. It's getting older. It's getting younger. It's getting more diverse. Polling's going to have to really change to pick up some of these movements, and I think that's why I think the polling's going to turn out to be pretty good in Virginia, but the stuff in New Jersey, there's going to be some question.
Yeah, the polling in Virginia seems to be almost spot on, although depending on which one you look at, Youngkin may make out a point or two more than where we were in the end of the Real Clear Politics average. Last question for you. You say we're going to have to poll different people. Are you going to also have to start polling different issues and getting a little bit deeper on what, quote unquote, education as a #1 issue really means, what those voters really turned out on?
Yeah, more specific. You can't just ask, is education the number one issue? It's what type of education, because there are certain parts of the country where education means school vouchers. There's a certain parts of the country where education means, CRT. There's a certain part of the country where it means, number of teachers in the classroom. It's very specific, and it goes back to all politics is local. Polling is trying to find broad trends. So from a polling standpoint, we've got to get more specific and understand that, Nevada may be different from Virginia and Florida is different from California. We got to adjust for that.
Yeah, they may be different, but there's already Republicans who are looking at what's happening in Virginia and saying, maybe I can replicate that for 2022. Scott Tranter, I know you guys got a late night there at Decision Desk HQ. We'll let you get back to the numbers. We're going to keep our eye both on Virginia and New Jersey. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.